Find other great podcasts like this one at podmoth.network.
Hey there, fellow true crime aficionados. We're the host of Bad Acts, a true crime podcast. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Aaron.
Join us every Thursday for twisted true crime tales of dark deeds and despicable people. We focus on lesser-known, unique stories with a new case each week. We've covered family annihilators, cannibals, revenge killings, killer kids, mysterious murders, survivor stories, and much more. We've even tackled stories of people who blamed zombies, vampires, ghosts, and voodoo for their bad acts.
Of course, we know they're the only ones to blame. You can find us everywhere you get your podcast, or you can visit our website at badactspod.com.
If you like fresh stories and new perspectives on crime, Bad Acts will be your new jam. Join Bad Acts every Thursday. Stay safe, y'all.
See you soon.
This podcast contains strong language and adult situations and may not be suitable for those who are easily offended. Welcome to the Fuck My Work Life podcast, where the work stories are real, the laughs are contagious, and most of us can agree that work sucks. So let's clock out and tune in. Welcome back, fuckers, to the Fuck My Work Life podcast.
Hey, everybody. I'm Kay.
And I'm Jay.
And you're listening to us.
That's right.
It's season 5, baby.
Season 5.
We took a break.
Yeah.
A much-needed break.
A much-needed break. I'm just going to repeat everything you say.
All right. That sounds like a great podcast.
All right. That sounds like a great podcast.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to murder you.
I'm going...
No. Bad Jay.
Fine.
We missed you.
Yeah, we missed you.
We missed podcasting. It was nice to have a break, but now we're back at it.
We are back at it again. Season 5. This one's going to be epic. Free.
Did we do anything fun over the break?
I don't know.
No.
No, not really.
Yeah. No, we didn't.
We were sober.
Yeah. We're actually still sober right now.
There's no fun in that.
Yay, dry January.
Yeah, it was good. I needed it.
You know, a little,
a little reset.
A little liver reset.
I don't think my liver gets as damaged as you want to think it gets damaged. I'm drinking 95% water when I drink.
I'm just saying everyone needs a liver refresh every once in a while. All right, so we got some housekeeping things for season 5. First and foremost, you guys probably maybe sort of noticed that our theme song is different.
Yeah, we got a new theme song.
So we had the very talented, the man, the myth, the legend.
That's right.
Big Foss from Chat Smash very kindly created a new theme song.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
It's catchy. And we love it. And thank you, Big Foss.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to link to his Twitter in the show notes so you guys can hit him up and be like, yo, cool song, or whatever people say. So no, like seriously, so much appreciated. That doesn't sound like right grammar. We really, 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 really appreciate it. Thank you, Big Foss.
Yes, thank you, Big Foss.
Also, we joined a new podcast network.
Yeah, Podmoth.
So you might have heard the intros in the last couple episodes, but we recorded those before we officially joined the network. So we haven't really talked about it. So we're very excited to be part of that. We've got a lot of great pods. There's also a link to that in the show notes. So go check out the Podmoth Network podcasts.
Yes.
What else we got going on, Jay?
A Discord community.
Yeah, we started a Discord community. Like Twitter's kind of going to shit, but I feel like Twitter was like a place for all the podcasts to kind of network together, which is cool. Love all the friends we've met on the podcast, but we also want like a community for like our listeners. So we can all chat together. So once again, link for that is in the show notes, but come join our Discord and join in on the conversation. Just shoot the shit, do whatever, It's good times.
It's good times.
We have also, Jay's made fun of me in the past for me going absolute ape shit on our merch store.
Did you do more?
I did less.
Oh, you did less?
Yeah.
Well, less than you did before, or?
Well, I got rid of a lot of the random shit, and I cleaned it up. We've got a nice, clean, streamlined merch store with organic teas and totes. We got a beanie. I think there's a new pint glass. I can't remember if there's a coffee mug or not. There's a yoga mat.
Nice.
I saw the yoga mat. I'm like, well, I can't not. So if you want to fuck my work life yoga mat, you can get that. But yeah, so we got rid of a lot of the crazy designs, kept it simple. Go check that out at Teespring. And what else? We're doing a series on our Patreon.
Yes, we are recapping the show Severance on Patreon. It's on, what is that, Apple TV?
Yeah, it's Apple TV.
On Apple TV. It's a pretty awkward show. But it's pretty good so far.
It's trippy.
If you want to hear us go through that, recap that, just go over to Patreon. The link will be in the show notes.
Yeah.
It's $5 a month.
Yeah. You also get early access to episodes and, I don't know, other shit.
Other stuff.
And you can actually listen to the first episode of that on our regular feed, get a little taste of it. And then if you want the rest, you got to pay. We're like drug dealers.
Yeah, that's right.
First one's free. And last but not least, for our housekeeping, I know this is a lot of housekeeping.
Yeah.
Housekeeping. Kind of a new format this season and a new day. It felt like Wednesday, everyone released their episodes on Wednesday, and it was kind of overkill of pods. So we're going to push it back a day. We're going to start releasing on Thursdays. New Fuck My Work Life, Thirsty Thursday.
Yep.
Episode drop day. And we're going to kind of switch up the format of the episodes. So we're going to have full episodes every other week, mostly because it's a lot of work to do a full episode every week, but we don't want to leave you hanging on those off weeks. So we're going to do little mini-sodes in the alternating weeks. I think, I don't know, we can call them like coffee breaks or some shit. And they'll just be like little smaller, shorter episodes just to, keep you going through your work week. So yeah, so a lot of things going on, a lot of changes, hopefully for the better. We'll see.
It should be.
We'll see what happens. But on that note, we usually drink because we work.
Yeah, we usually do.
But we're recording this first episode at the end of January, and we decided to do dry January this year. So what you drinking, Jay?
Air.
You didn't bring a water?
Nope.
I got myself a sparkly pure. Is it called pure?
Pure.
LaCroix?
LaCroix.
LaCroix? I don't know how to say it, but I used to really like the pamplemousse one, but I've become hooked on just the plain sparkly water.
I got tired of the flavored ones. Which one did I like? The passion fruit? Yeah, it was the passion fruit. I got tired of the flavored ones.
Yeah, they just get to be a bit much after a while. Yeah. So we've gone through so many of those. Yeah. Probably
like a 12 packs a week
packs this month. Yeah. It's been a lot because it's similar to a beer with the carbonation. Just no fun afterwards.
Yeah,
but it's okay. I feel like it does the trick for this month. Looking forward to having a beer in a few days, definitely. But if you want to share what you're drinking this Thirsty Thursday, you can hashtag We Drink Because We Work.
That's right.
And tag FMWL Pod so we actually see it. And we're on, where are we? We're on TikTok, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, on Facebook here and there.
Yeah.
Here and there. I drop in every once in a while and scroll just through our page. I don't even go on my personal at all anymore. You can hashtag that on any one of those platforms and maybe we'll share it somewhere.
That's right.
That's right. So we've got a theme today for our season 5 opener. And that's stupid, shitty, weird coworkers.
Yeah.
So we got some good stories along those lines that we are going to share with you. Do you want to read one first?
Sure. Okay. So there is no name.
I feel like
This is anonymous.
I feel like that's probably going to be when people are talking shit on coworkers. It's probably mostly going to be anonymous.
Okay, let's get into it. Hey guys, I've listened to your podcast for a while now and thought maybe it's about time I write in and give you one of the oddest experience I've had.
Long time listener, first time caller.
That's right. Well, one of the oddest people I've had the pleasure of dealing with. I work in the jewelry industry. It's a company that does appraisals on jewelry, but we are very meticulous with our appraisal procedure. We often hire trainees with no experience and spend months getting to the point where they can be put out on the floor to do the initial step of appraisals. So all of their work will be checked by one and sometimes two other people.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, sounds fun. Yeah. Yeah, couldn't think of another word. Well, we had one person who came into training, and from the start, we knew maybe they weren't all together up there. She was very smart, but had social issues that started to show themselves very early.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, those are always the good ones. So we are a very feedback-based company, whether it be positive or what we call constructive feedback.
Quote unquote constructive.
You fucked up.
Hey, you suck.
This girl could not accept either. At first, it was just no eye contact, looking down at the desk while she was receiving the feedback, or staring off into space like she wasn't even paying attention. She was spoken to about the lack of attention paid to the feedback and was told to engage in the feedback more.
Yes, please tell me how I'm doing. Yay.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, that would be annoying.
Yeah.
It would be annoying to, like, go try to help someone learn something and they're just, like,
yeah,
staring off into space, or just, like, I get it, you have social anxiety, but at least, like, look up once.
Yeah.
Just to let us know that, like, you're there.
It's also hard, though, to be in a kind of job where that's happening constantly.
So she was told to engage in the feedback more. A few months into training, and it progressively got worse, but it was the opposite from how she reacted before.
Uh-oh.
Any feedback that was constructive was quickly met with a debate/argument.
Oh, no. She's like, what? You told me to engage, motherfuckers.
Yeah, this is how I engage. As time went on, it got to the point where the feedback had to be given behind closed doors. This never happened.
Oh.
Shockingly, she made it through training and was put out on the floor. And of course, there was no warning to the people around her that she has a problem accepting the feedback she's been given. She would have outbursts during feedback and yell at people, then go in the bathroom and cry every day.
Dang. That sounds so stressful for everybody involved.
For everyone, yeah. Then one day she came in a really chipper mood and set a sock puppet on her desk. No one realized at first until she had someone approach her with feedback. They were promptly hushed by her and told that they were to give the feedback to her sock puppet so she could sit there and stare off into space.
What?
Yeah. She had a sock puppet.
Wow.
And she would put it on her hand and hold it up, I guess.
I guess that's a new meaning to talk to the hand.
Yeah. It basically meant, fuck your feedback. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
She didn't last very much longer than that and left the job to become, wait for it, a police dispatcher.
Oh, no.
Nice, huh?
Oh, no.
So if you are ever in distress and fucking Elmo answers the phone, you'll know immediately that you're fucked.
What's your emergency? No, wait, talk to the sock puppet. Hold, please.
Yeah.
What's your emergency?
Elmo wants to know.
God. Yeah, that just sounds like completely crazy for everyone. Like, poor thing probably had some major social anxiety and, was told to act a certain way and didn't really understand what that meant. So just went off the rails and then, I don't know, maybe sought some therapy. And the therapist was like, maybe this will help.
Yeah.
If it's delivered to a sock puppet.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little off the deep end to have a article of clothing with shit drawn on it over your hand while someone is talking to you.
Yeah, I wonder how much craftsmanship went into this sock puppet. Was it like a Sharpie on an old tube sock, or was there like yarn sewed to it for hair and some googly eyes? All right, that was a good one. Thank you, Anonymous, for that.
Kay's gonna lose her shit because our kitten is playing with this a bell ringingly ball. I don't know what to call it. A ball with bells in it.
Yeah.
Bell ball.
Yeah, so we put a lot of, well, we didn't put a lot of work. We set up our second bedroom kind of as our recording studio, put some sound tampering shit on the walls and whatnot, and thought it would help with the animal sounds, but we can't close the door because they'll scream at the door.
Yeah.
So we crack the door open so the cats get in here, and then they just find every fucking thing that makes noise in this room.
Yep. I'm going to go poo. I'm going to play with this toy. I'm going to scratch on the scratching post.
I'm going to crinkle this piece of paper.
And Monkey has discovered, he actually discovered when he was a kitten, that when you get closed out of a room, if you just stick your face at the bottom of the door and scream, it kind of like echoes.
Yeah.
It's like a little megaphone.
Yeah. All right, so we've got another story. This one is also anonymous.
Is it a good one?
They're all good. They're all good stories. All right, this one is called Nepotism is a Bitch. I got nepotism in the Celebrity Jeopardy clue the other night. I was
sweet. I don't know what it means.
Nepotism? That's when, like people in higher positions hire their family members or promote family members or whatever.
Like a fancy word for favoritism.
Yeah, but specifically for like people that are related to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I had the misfortune of briefly working with Bob, name change to protect the innocent, the CEO's son. To give credit where credit is due, the CEO made Bob start at the bottom like everyone else. But, and this is a big but, most people who were hired at the company had some sort of experience in the field, but Bob had none. He was barely out of college and his degree was in a completely different area. This did not stop Bob from being a holy terror on a daily basis. He was the kind of guy who would immediately tell you that you're doing something wrong, but had no idea how to do it himself. The balls on Bob were massive. How do you go into a place and tell your superior that he's wrong, knowing you're completely full of shit? Some people are just like that.
Bob's got some big balls.
That's some big Bob.
You got some big balls there, Bob.
Look at Bob and his big balls.
Bob and his big balls.
I feel like this happens a lot, though, especially I'm gonna sound like an old lady now. The younger generations are so quick to just be like, no, I'm right. And you're just like, no, you're fucking not.
No.
I've worked here a very long time. You are not right. Fuck off.
Have you seen my last name? Do you know who?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know who I'm related to?
Who I am? Bob also felt Bob also felt he was untouchable. He would come in late, leave early, take extra breaks, and pawn his work off on others who were too afraid to tell him no. I've worked with people who like that who aren't related to the boss.
Yeah.
He was truly a master of manipulation. I would watch him pick out the weakest person on the team and go and sweet talk them into finishing a project he was working on. He was also a good-looking kid, and he definitely used that to his advantage in these situations as well, flirting with the young girls to get his way. Then
Sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
Good-looking and big balls and master manipulator. Handsome Bob. Handsome big ball Bob, master manipulator.
Yeah, he's going to be one of those like relationship gurus on TikTok eventually. Have you seen my balls?
Have you seen how big my balls are?
Then he'd go back to his desk and flip through his phone for hours. Fucking Bob. The first time I approached him about this, his excuse was that he had ADHD and it was really hard for him to focus on one thing for too long. Really, motherfucker? Because you've been staring at your phone for hours, doesn't that count? But I think he knew that saying this out loud afforded him some sort of protection when it came to disciplinary action. It's so interesting how fast people learn that they just say the right things and they...
Master manipulator.
Yeah. It was a touchy situation. I did not want to put up with Bob's bullshit, but I also did not want to upset my boss by constantly bitching about his son. When I first brought up the situation during his initial review, Boss Man mentioned the same excuse of ADHD and that he was really hoping this job would help him focus and get his shit together. I guess at the expense of everyone else working with him. Yeah, like, this is not the time or place to, like, fucking mold your son into what you think he needs to be. Feck off.
Yeah, you beat that into them when they're too young to fight back.
No.
Duh.
Or you just teach them fucking responsibility and don't give them everything. So
They're not allowed to teach responsibility anymore.
I mean, you're allowed. No one just does. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Where was I? I knew then nothing would ever be done to fix the problem, and I put in a transfer to move to a different department. Luckily, I got the transfer and didn't have to work with Bob again. Eventually, I moved on to another company, but I'm pretty sure Bob still works there and has moved up the ranks. Life isn't fair. The end.
The end.
The end. Yeah, that sucks. It's so tricky when you're working with someone and you know that they can just get away with being shit because there's nothing that can be done about it. There's like, it's worse when they know
they can get away with that shit.
Yeah. It's fucking frustrating as all get out.
Fucking slackers.
Fucking shitbirds. That's it.
That's it.
The Super Familiar with the Wilsons podcast. You know that family whose house you hung out in when you were a kid? The house was a little loud and chaotic, but always fun, and sometimes felt more home than home. Well, that's us.
We're the Wilsons, and we welcome you into our podcast with silly chat, ridiculous games, and interviews with interesting people.
Like a spin doctor. The Super Familiar with the Wilsons podcast.
Welcome home.
Hey, we got another story.
Another story?
Hey, Jay, you want to read another story?
Why don't you read it?
You want me to read all of them?
Well, I read one.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'll read it.
Yeah.
I'll read it.
Because we got another one from Twitter, but it's like Twitter thread, and it's kind of,
Okay.
K.
Hey, J and K. Excuse me, I must clear my throat.
Let me clear my throat.
Hey, J and K. I've been listening for a while and finally got around to writing something down. Y'all did an episode about coworkers a while back, and I thought I'd share one about a dude I worked with a long, long time ago. Was this in a galaxy far, far away? I was going to say,
in a galaxy far, far away.
This guy was a trip. We'll call him Chad. Well, they always suck.
Yeah, Chads are the worst.
Chad was an older gentleman, but full of spunk. Oh, this is going to be sexual harassment.
Full of what kind of spunk?
Well, old men full of spunk. They're the ones who like try to grab titties and.
Oh God!
Boy, look at the tits on that one.
Nothing says job well done like a firm smack to the ass.
He would run everywhere, to the break room, to other people's desks, to the bathroom, returning to his desk from the bathroom. But I'm not talking running in the fitness-minded kind of way. He ran like he was being chased by monsters, and his very life depended on it.
Wasn't that, what was it, Parks and Rec with, not Chad Lowe. What the fuck's his name? Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
Didn't he like run everywhere?
Yeah,
always checking his heart rate.
It was also a loud thumping run.
Oh, God.
Which echoed through the subfloor. So you always knew when he was coming. I wonder if like after him running like that so long, if they could tell like when he runs to the bathroom, did he have a different run for a pee and a different run for a poo?
Probably.
Because, I sit around people and
you sit right by the bathroom.
Luckily, I sit right by the bathroom. And I can always tell, oh, that dude's about to shit his pants.
Oh, does that happen a lot?
What?
That people are walking in there and you think they have
Well, I also have ADD. So anytime anything moves, I'm like analyzing it.
Squirrel?
I prairie dog in my desk. My head pops up.
Okay, your head. You're not prairie dog somewhere.
No. Every time something moves, a little shit starts to poke out. No, my head pops up and I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Management spoke to him about it constantly, but he refused to stop. Chad loved sharing intimate details of his life to anyone who would listen and could not take social cues when people were completely tuning him out. When I first started working there, I felt bad for the guy, so I would endure his conversations about what he ate for dinner the night before, what his cat hoiked up, how many times his neighbor drove by with the stereo too loud, etc., etc., etc.
What is he feeding his cat that it's so interesting, the different things it's hoiking up?
I don't know.
Poor kitty.
I learned quickly that you had to shut him down immediately, or you would be sucked into a vortex of asinine chit-chat that made you literally want to stab your ears out with any accessible sharp object.
I've worked with those people as well.
I just have something to say here. How do you stab your ears out?
I guess you would stab them in?
Whatever.
I don't know.
I get it.
Cut around your ears and rip them out of your... I don't know.
It got to the point where if I heard him coming, I would pick up my phone and pretend to be on a call so he would pass me by and head to his next unsuspecting victim. Part of me still felt bad for him, but he also never actually worked.
God, that's a theme, it seems.
I'm actually quite shocked he still had a job because he worked there forever. Some more fun anecdotes about Chad. The rare times he was at his desk, he would do things like stick his pencil eraser completely in his ear and dig around.
Ew.
Yeah, you got to get in there sometimes.
No, with a pencil eraser? How big is your ear hole?
How big is your
Is
ear
it big
hole?
enough for Bob's balls?
Bob's balls can fit in your ear hole.
We got to get Bob and Chad together.
He would pick his nose. That's good.
No.
Put on deodorant. I also saw him trimming his toe. Oh, fuck off.
Wait,
Trimming
what?
his toenails once at his desk.
No. How is this allowed to happen?
That's crazy. He also loved to tell inappropriate jokes. This guy sounds like he belongs on The Office.
Right.
The guy had zero sense that he was in a professional environment and not his living room. About a year after I started, 20-something years into Chad's tenure, women started complaining that he was making them uncomfortable with some of his topics of conversation.
There you go. Didn't you call this one?
Yeah, well, I mean, Chad, old.
Sorry, old people. You're all pervs.
They are. Apparently, upon further investigation, they found out he was sending messages to one woman in particular about how he would drive by her house in the evening in the hopes of seeing her. Okay.
That's creepy as fuck.
Could have summed that up with, he stalked her.
Yeah. Stalker.
Dude finally got fired. Office was a much more chill place to work after he was gone. Thanks for reading. Love the show. Look forward to season 5.
That's it. I'm saying it's season 5 now.
Can
We're
I
here.
say who it's from?
Yeah, who's it from? Gary. Thanks, Gary. Chad sounds like a real tool.
Yeah.
Why? It's funny, like each one of these stories, it's like, yeah, I've worked with people with similar bad coworker habits. Maybe not as bad as trimming your toenails at your desk and stalking people, although maybe I just don't know.
I've worked with people with crazy hygiene habits, people digging in their ears with work paraphernalia, like stuff you would use at work. They would dig in their ears with it. There's one person, I will not say who daily I see eat 3 or 4 boogers.
Oh God, that makes me nauseous more than anything else.
Not even try to hide it.
Ugh.
Just up the nose, in the mouth.
God, that's so disgusting.
Yeah.
I worked with someone a long time ago, and the department I'm in, we had to like have group discussions and stuff, and we'd be sitting there like having a discussion, and they would just lift up their shirt and expose their like big old beer belly and just start scratching like in their belly button and like their
Jesus
hairy
fucking
belly.
Christ.
And you're just like, you're at fucking work. Like, go to the bathroom or itch through the top of your shirt. Like, don't lift up and expose yourself.
Did they like let out a sigh and a burp?
Do the
fucking Homer Simpson
or the Al Bundy just stick their hand down their pants? Just rest it on in there.
Just scratch your dick root and your pubes.
God. You know, I think it's funny. Yeah. I think people are so used to just doing whatever at home that they lose sight of reality when they're like in public. You know? They don't realize, oh, yeah, this is, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, people are gross. If this has reminded you, I can't think right now. If this has reminded you of any crazy coworker stories you have, send them our way.
Yes, please. Please do. Them. We need more stories.
Yeah, I have one more from Le Twitter.
Le Twitter.
Oh, shit, I just lost it. I gotta find it again.
Oh, son of bitch.
God damn it. No, that's not what I wanted. Feckin' Twitter. Okay. What are you doing, you weirdo?
We have a special guest on our podcast now.
Monkey, would you like to say hello? That's what I thought. All right. So this one came to us through Twitter from the Through the Fog podcast. I actually said one line on one of their episodes. They do kind of like storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
I was a nurse and I said something like, I don't think you should get up.
Oh my God. It's so big.
Not that
Is
kind
that
of
swollen?
Oh my God. Okay, Jennifer Coolidge. No. Anyway, so this is from Through the Fog. They said, I used to work in factories, and in my first factory job, I eventually got promoted to supervisor. I was like 24 at the time and didn't know what I was doing. I had one employee who was a self-titled gangbanger, and one day during a meeting, in the middle of me talking to everyone, he cut me off. What the fuck you looking at?
G's up, hoes down, bitch, gang, gang.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at everyone, one after the other. I'm just trying to finish this meeting, man. Keep staring at me like that and I'll put a fucking bullet in your head, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ. Where did he work?
Some factory. I don't know. Of course, I reported him to HR for that. At the very least. Other incidents at the same job. A coworker I had to report for repeatedly using the N-word. Older male coworker who kept grabbing my butt and saying, it's mine. Those old people
Holy
again.
Shit. Yeah, see, there you go. Old people.
At other jobs, a suspect in a kidnapping case being at my job when I worked at a gas station and me and the connecting McDonald's having to keep him on premises while we waited for police. My radio being stolen from my car, same job. Someone pooping in the sink.
Holy shit.
Being shorted $2 an hour for months until I noticed I was supposed to be paid more. Being told I had to work overtime to help out. And then at the regular quitting time, everyone left. Management told me how to do their job. And then they left too. And I missed my daughter's first steps. Like, Jesus. It started off as like coworker. And then just went into
This is why people shoot places up.
This is why this podcast exists.
Yeah.
Shit like this.
Gang, gang, bitch.
God, that's scary.
The fuck you looking at?
How did this guy get a job? Not the guy writing it.
Yeah, I know.
Like he's just going to threaten everyone that looks at him at work.
The fuck you looking at?
I'll kill you, motherfucker.
I was asking if you wanted your bonus.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Well, you look at me again. I'm a bust a cap in your ass.
Yeah, Jesus. It's scary. The world's scary, everybody.
Yeah.
Work is scary.
Work is bad. Okay.
Okay. Do you have any weekly distractions this week?
Yeah, I do. So as many of our listeners know, I do like the painting stuff in the garage. But it was in December. A guy that I know bought a bike that was in pretty bad shape. And so I went to his house and helped him like take it apart and brought pieces back. And like some of the pieces were in such bad shape that me sitting there with sandpaper and trying to sand all the corrosion off of this shit, it was going to take more time than it would have taken me to paint the whole bike. And so I told him, like, you know, I need a sandblasting cabinet for this, like, because he has a shop that he regularly goes to that's not far from where we live. You know, I was like, you should talk to your guy and see if he'll let me in the shop to use the sandblasting cabinet so I can prep these parts. And he asked him, and the guy was like, I would, but I can't because if something happens to him, my insurance is going to, I'm screwed. So the guy just bought me a sandblasting cabinet, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But my little baby compressor is not meant for a sandblasting cabinet. And I was out there using the cabinet one day, and it sounded like 20 pigs screaming.
Aww.
And it was basically the pump on my compressor overheated and it burnt up the piston rings. And so pump was bad. So I've been putting together parts for like a fucking month now to get a new pump and a new electric motor. And I welded a shelf together and I am so close. I'm going back out there tonight and I should have it running, hopefully. So that's been my monthly distraction.
I feel like there's always something in your garage going on.
I know, always.
I mean, it keeps you busy, right?
It does, but I miss painting because it's been like over a month now. It was before Christmas that the last time I painted, and like every day my mind is going 90 miles an hour on how I can put this thing together, but I'm really like making myself step back from it so I don't try to rush it. Because there's nothing worse than rushing something like this and then getting to the point where you think you're done. And then when you go to fire it up, some other shit breaks or something else goes wrong, So I'm meticulously going through this thing to make sure that everything is good. But I'm down to, I'm at the finish line now with this thing. I wired the motor. I just have to wire my pressure switch on the compressor and kick the fucking thing on, and I'll be ready to go.
Yay.
Yippee.
And then it'll start raining again.
Yeah, but right now the paint that I'm doing right now is like the beginning steps of the paint. The rain doesn't affect it. The rain affects clear coat. When there's too much moisture in the air, the clear coat doesn't cure properly. The paint, like the primer and stuff like that stuff I can do in the rain.
That's good. My distraction is much simpler than that. I watched Wednesday. I don't know if we talked about that when we were recording last or not, but I binged Wednesday, the Tim Burton TV show.
Yeah.
Like the updated Wednesday. Loved it and become obsessed with her style. And so she had this like really cute black and white checkered crocheted sweater in one of the episodes. So I found a pattern and I've been crocheting a similar one. And then most recently, I turned on Hulu and I was just looking for something to watch mindlessly. And I saw Celebrity Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah.
Like the new Celebrity Jeopardy, not the funny SNL one, but got immediately sucked in because I actually know quite a few of the answers. Like it's much easier than
than regular
Jeopardy.
I mean, the fact that I can answer like 3 or 4 of the questions, because I could never, like the Jeopardy questions, the regular Jeopardy, I'm like, who the fuck knows this shit?
I know maybe 1 or 2 an episode and I get so excited. Oh, I know one. But Celebrity Jeopardy, it's like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, I really need to become a celebrity so I can go on
and win money for a charity.
Well, yeah, that's true. But anyway.
Yeah, so fuck that shit.
But yeah, like you got sucked into a little bit too. We started watching it because it's so funny because it's just so much, it's not as much pressure as the regular Jeopardy too because they're not winning money for themselves. So everyone's just kind of funny and
man, some of those people are fucking nervous wrecks when the game starts. Like you can hear them, they're wearing their microphone and you can hear them in between questions like
or when they announce the different categories, they're like, oh God, oh no, oh gee,
oh not that one.
It's hilarious. I find it very entertaining. So
yeah, it's good.
That's been my distraction this week. If you got anything distracting you from your, work life, share it with us by using the hashtag weekly distraction. And that's it for this episode, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, we want and need your story. So if you've got a good workplace story, send it our way. We'll have all of our contact info at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
So follow, rate, review, like, subscribe, do all those things, and send us your stories. And thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
Fuckers.
Fuckers.
Yeah, fuckers. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Fuck My Work Life podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please follow, subscribe, rate, review, and tell your friends. Send your workplace stories to fmwlpod@gmail.com or call our rant line at 310-818-3273 for a chance to be featured on a future episode. For more fun, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at FMWLPod. You can also join our Discord community to chat with us and your fellow fuckers. We've got a Patreon where for $5 a month, you get early access to episodes, bonus content, and more. Grab yourself a t-shirt, pint glass, or yoga mat in our merch shop. All links can be found in the show notes. The Fuck My Work Life theme song is by Big Foss of the Chat Smash podcast. Remember, don't let the man get you down. Bye, fuckers. Could you not?
I was paying.
Little fatty pooch pie.
I don't know about you, but with a busy work schedule, I never have time to sit down and read. Luckily, there's Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up articles about the most trending topics on the web and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. You can browse articles from topics you choose and just start playing. Follow specific topics from sports, tech, business, science, or Bitcoin. Newsly will find you the latest articles and read them aloud. They even have digital radio. And do you want to know the best part? They have podcasts. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. And you can find our podcast, Fuck My Work Life, there too. Download and try Newsly for free by visiting www.newsly.me or clicking on the link in our show notes. And be sure to use promo code FWL for a 1-month free premium subscription. Stop scrolling and start listening with Newsly.